Good morning, students. My name is Kanchanwala and I am your SST teacher. And today we are going to start our first chapter, Globe, a model of the Earth. Let's start. Students, what is the shape of the Earth? The Earth is round in shape. It is slightly flat at the poles and bulges at the equator. So students, as you all know, the Earth is round in shape. But it is not round like ball. It is round like an orange. Students, the Earth has two poles. Upper pole is known as North Pole and the lower pole is known as South Pole. And it is slightly flat at the poles. And it is also flat at the equator's bulges. Bulges means a round lump on the equator. Okay, here bulges means a round lump on the equator. It is also flat on the bulges of the equator. Students, look at the screen. Here we have a picture of Earth that shows the Earth is round in shape. Students, you know, long ago everyone believed that the Earth was flat. But actually Earth was not flat. It is round in shape, but it is flat only on the poles and bulges of the equator. Students, it's not possible to see the curving surface from the short distance. To see the curving surface of the Earth, you would have to climb up very high into the sky. Okay, then you can see the curving surface of the Earth. This picture is taken from the space and it shows that the Earth is round in shape. From the short distance, it is not possible to see the whole Earth. Now students, look at the screen. Do you know what is this? Yes, I hope you all know this is a picture of a globe. Okay, but question is that what is globe? Why do we use globe? Students, the globe is a model of the Earth. The globe shows us the shape and the location of continents, oceans and seas on a smaller scale. It also shows the shape and location of different countries. You know students, it's not possible to see the whole Earth with your open eyes. So we have the model of the Earth that is known as globe. It is a small model of the Earth and it shows us the shape and location of countries, oceans, seas on a smaller scale. You can see all the continents, all the oceans and seas on the globe, but in smaller scale. Okay, you can see the smaller size of all the continents, oceans and seas, and even the countries and the important locations of the cities. You can see all these things on the globe, but you can see all these things in smaller size. Okay, students, on Independence Day and Republic Day you all have flags in your hands. Actually they are not flags, they are the models of the flag. Same like that, it is not possible to see the whole Earth, so we have the model of the Earth that is known as globe. Globe is the model of the Earth. Okay, you can see all the countries, oceans, continents, seas, oceans, all in globe but in smaller size. Clear? Let's read the next paragraph. We can see only half the globe at a time. To see the other half, we have to turn it around. It can be turned around a line passing through it. This line is called the axis. This is an imaginary line. Students, if we have an orange in our hand, we can see only one side at a time. And if we want to see the another side, we have to turn that orange. Students, as you all know, the earth is round in shape and we can see only half the globe at one time. It is not possible to see the complete globe or complete parts of the globe at one time. To see the rest part of the globe, we have to turn the globe. It can be turned around a line passing through it. Students, this line is called the axis. It is an imaginary line. This line is not available on the earth. Actually, this line is available only on the globe. You can see this line only on the globe. This is not available on the earth. Okay. So students, let me show you the axis. But before I show you the picture, I want to tell you one more thing. This axis is not straight. You know, this axis is not straight. It is tilted at an angle of 23.5 degree. Means it bend from a vertical position on 23.5 degree angle. And students, the axis of the globe has two endpoints. And these two endpoints are known as the North Pole and the South Pole. Okay. Students, let's see the picture. You can see here we have North Pole on the upper side of the globe and South Pole at the lower side of the globe. You can see a line that touches from North and South Pole, that is called axis, and it is tilted at an angle of 23.5 degree. Now let me tell you more about the globe. Students, here we have heading latitudes. Let me tell you what is latitude. Look at the globe. You will see full circles. They are run from east to west. These are called lines of latitude. They are also called parallels. Look at the screen, students. Here you can see white color lines on the globe. These lines are known as latitudes, and these are imaginary lines. They run from east to west. Okay students, they run from east to west, and these lines are known as latitudes. Okay, they are also known as parallels. Okay, you can see here a one latitude that is red in color. This is called equator, and it is the longest and most important line of the latitude. Let's read the next paragraph. The equator is the longest and most important line of the latitude. It runs in the middle of the globe. It divides the earth into two equal parts, the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. The portion which is north of the equator is called the northern hemisphere, and the portion which is south of the equator is called the southern hemisphere. So students, again I am showing you the picture. You can see here we have a red line, imaginary line on the middle of the earth. This line is known as equator, and it is the longest line, and it divides the earth into two parts. You can see it is situated at the middle of the earth, and it divides the earth into two parts. Upper part is known as northern hemisphere, and the lower part is known as the southern hemisphere. Students, do you know why we call the upper part northern hemisphere and the lower part southern hemisphere? Actually students, the portion which is north of the equator is called the northern hemisphere, because it is situated at the north of the equator, so it is known as northern hemisphere, and the lower part is situated at the south of the equator, that's why it is known as the southern hemisphere. Students, let's read the next part. The lines of latitude or parallels are marked in degrees. The lines of latitude starts at the equator. The equator is at 0 degree. The north pole is 90 degree and the south pole is 90 degree S. The pillars in the northern hemisphere are marked 10 degree N, 20 degree N, and so on. The pillars in the southern hemisphere are marked 10 degree S, 20 degree S, and so on. Students, let me explain all these things with the help of diagram. The lines of latitudes or pillars are marked in degrees. Okay, there are so many latitudes you can see here, and all these pillars and latitudes are marked in degrees. You can see in the diagram we have 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree. All the latitudes are marked in degrees here. And you know that the lines of latitude starts at the equator. We start the lines from the equator, and there are two parts of the earth. First one is northern hemisphere, and the second one is southern hemisphere. You can see, students, here we have equator as a blue line. You can see a blue line on the screen, and it is equator, and it is marked at 0 degree. And when we are going to the upper side, we can write 10 degree N, because it is in northern hemisphere, so we have to mention N with all the degrees, with all the latitudes. Okay, when we are going to write the degrees of latitudes of the upper side from the northern hemisphere, we have to mention N with the degrees. Okay, here we have 10 degree, then we have to mention here 10 degree N, 20 degree N. Okay, and students, when we are going to the lower side, that is southern hemisphere, then we have to write S with degrees. When we are going to start the lines from the southern hemisphere, then we have to write 10 degree S, 20 degree S, 30 degree S, so on. जैसे continuously चलता जाएंगे, वैसे we have to mention S with southern hemisphere degrees, and we have to write N with northern hemisphere latitudes degree. Okay, and at the top we have North Pole, and North Pole marked as 90 degree N. We mark North Pole 90 degree N and South Pole 90 degree S. Okay, students, now let me tell you about the important pillars. You can see here, first one is Arctic Circle. It is at 66.5 degree N. Then Tropic of Cancer 23 degree N. Equator, as you all know, 0 degree. Tropic of Capricorn at 23.5 degree S. And Antarctic Circle is at 66.5 degree S. Now you can see a picture on the screen. Here you can see the latitudes. You can see the important latitudes are also here. First one is equator, that is in black color and situated in the middle of the earth, middle of the globe. You can see it is in 0 degree. It is at 0 degree. And when we go to the northern hemisphere, you can see another important latitude, that is red in color, and it is Tropic of Cancer. And Tropic of Cancer is at 23.5 degree N. Then go to the upper side, you can see another red line, that is Arctic Circle. Okay, this is also an important pillars. Okay, and it is at 66.5 degree N. Then go to the southern hemisphere, go to the lower side, you can see Tropic of Capricorn. It is at 23.5 degree S. Then we have a circle, that is Antarctic Circle, and it is at 66.5 degree S. Okay, these are some more important pillars and important lines of latitudes or pillars that you can see in the picture. Students, now is time to know about one another important part of the chapter, and that is lines of longitude. Okay, what are lines of longitudes? Look at the globe. You will find semicircle joining the North Pole and South Pole. These are called lines of longitudes or meridian. Meridians are also imaginary lines. They are numbered from 0 degree to 180 degree. All meridians are equal in length. Students, to explain all these things, let me show you a picture. You can see here we have a picture of globe, and you can see the semicircle lines on this picture. Here we have semicircle lines that starts from North Pole and going to the South Pole. All these lines are known as longitude. Okay, all these lines are known as lines of longitude, and it is also known as meridians. Okay, and you can see the shape of the longitudes. You can see it is in semicircle shape, and meridians are also imaginary lines, and they are not available on the earth. These lines are imaginary lines, and they are numbered from 0 degree to 180 degree. Okay, students, same like latitudes or parallels, the longitudes are also marked in degrees. Okay, and they are numbered from 0 degree to 180 degree. And students, you should know that all the meridians are equal in length. Students, as you know that latitudes are not equal in size. Okay, all the lines of latitudes are different in size, and the longest is equator, but longitudes are equal in size. All the meridians, all the lines of longitudes are equal in length. Clear? Let's read the next part. The meridian passing through Greenwich near London is taken as the starting line. It is 0 degree longitude. It is called the prime meridian. Students, look at the picture. You can see here we have longitude in red color. This red color longitude is known as prime meridian, and the prime meridian is passing through Greenwich near London, and it is taken as the starting line. Okay, students, in latitudes we take equator as the starting line, but in longitude we take prime meridian as starting line. Okay, and it is also an imaginary line, and it is 0 degree longitude. Okay, clear? Let's read the rest part of the page. Longitudes to the east of Greenwich are called east longitudes, and those to the west are called west longitudes. There are 360 longitudes, 180 longitudes to the west of the prime meridian, and 180 to its east. Let's see the picture. You can see here we have important longitudes. You can see here we have a prime meridian in dark color that is situated and that is passing through Greenwich near London, and from the left side we have west longitudes, and in right side we have east longitudes. Okay, and we mark E and W with the degrees of the longitudes. If we are talking about east longitudes, then we have to write E, and when we are talking about the west longitudes, we have to mention W with the degrees. Okay, and students, there are total 360 longitudes and 180 longitudes to the west of the prime meridian, and 180 are at the east. Okay, in total there are total 360 longitudes, 180 east longitudes and 180 west longitudes. Students, let me explain you another part that is known as grid. It is also known as the global grid. Okay, the latitudes and longitude intersect each other at right angles and form a network. This network is called the grid. It means the latitudes and longitudes together form a network of lines. And this network of lines is called the grid of globe or the global grid. Okay, and if we know the latitude and longitude of a place, we can locate it accurately on the global grid. Okay, for example student, if we want to locate Pondicherry, we must know its latitude and longitude. And if we know the latitude and longitude of the place, then we can easily find the location of that place. We can easily find the location of Pondicherry. Okay, the place where these two lines, latitude and longitude, cross each other, that place is Pondicherry. Clear? So students, I hope you all understood the chapter and you are able to give the answers of all the exercises. Thank you so much for joining the class.